Mm. What's
Yes,
up,
sir.
man?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm tired. Long day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, long day at work, man.
Yeah. Hope it won't too bad.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't like too bad, but yeah, I was able to manage a few stuff.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you just get there when you you just don't want to work anymore.
Yeah. No, I know how that is, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure, man. How was the setups and everything like that?
Yeah, I looked into it. I can like you told me like three setup, yes. So I have three setup that I can go through. Like those are setup I know I've taken that I can go through. I can explain my thought process
Okay.
through the yes.
Let's
And
let's talk about the trade plan though first.
yes.
So
So yeah, so the trade plan, what I have in mind was actually like starting with a $1,000 account.
okay.
What I'm comfortable seeing in drawdown, like they say, the stop loss
Mhm.
usually like it's 100 pips or 10,000 point, something like that. But I know sometimes you can also put your stop loss a little lower. Let's
Mhm.
say maybe to 150 pips. Like sometimes it's just because of sometimes the market will fluctuate more than you have expected.
Mhm.
And I know it happens a lot. So it also has happened to me in the past.
Right.
So what my objective is actually to make, I always tell myself if I can make $500 per day, that's what I always tell myself, like $500 per day, that's the minimum or more. I feel like I'll be comfortable, and also that will also help me with my bills.
Mhm.
Because yes, so because that's my priority right now. I'm not looking for, you know, like those home runs or something. No, I want to be comfortable with paying my bills first. Like
Right.
I need, yes. And I'm not gonna say maybe, yeah, maybe 3 to 10 trades per week at least.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, 3 to 10, yeah, trades per week at least. Yeah. So 1 to 3, which is always like 1 to 3, that's what I aim for. But sometimes the market will give you like more than that, especially when you if you're using FIB, and there's also some behavior on the market that I've noticed. If the FIB is like retracing to 61.8%, usually it goes to negative 61%. So that's my TP2. So negative 27, that's my TP1. So
Mhm.
that's how I used to go by it. So yeah. So usually like if I know the trade is gonna be a 1 to 3, like that's the A1 setup. I would say what, A setup, B setup, or C setup. Like maybe they said A setup. I know I'm gonna get a 1 to 3. Yeah, I'm like comfortable if I can hit like this two in one day. If I can have those two in one days, if I can like 600, yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what you wanting to do that? What's going to be your main analyzing time frame?
Yeah, so I will say that it depends. The reason why I said it depends is because sometimes I can analyze on the H4 on the 4 hour. Sometimes my setup can come, my analyze the time frame that I'm analyzing can be on H4. The reason why I say on H4 because H1 sometimes is just too noisy. Like there's so many noise on H1, so sometimes I don't have the proper movement that I want in the market on H1. So I usually go up to H4. But if I don't see it on H4, I go down to H1. So I usually goes between those two, like
Mhm.
H1, H4. So if I'm on H4, my mid time frame will be 30 minutes and then 15 usually. And sometimes I can go to 5 as well if I'm trying to be really, really precise on what I want. But when I'm on H1, I go down to 15 and 5.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
don't go to 1 minute time frame because it's sometimes like yeah,
It's
you get tricky.
OD. Yeah, it gets OD on the 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's not really needed unless in like special scenarios
Yeah.
when it's like 23.6%, like you're within that 23.6 range, that'll be the probably like the only time I would suggest really going down to the 1 minute just because it's price is so tight. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's super tight and you always want to make sure that you're on a time frame where you're actually going to be seeing the flow of the market, you know what I mean? And not just like candles. So the next thing
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you is what's some of like the major market patterns that you're comfortable with taking setups on?
Uh, I would say usually like double bottom or double top,
Yeah.
uh, triple bottom, or triple top. I usually look for yeah, those are the part that I usually like. I usually look for break and retest too. That's a setup like break and retest. Usually
Yeah.
look for that. Yeah. So I at least want a level to be retested. That's usually what I usually look for.
Mhm. No, I can dig.
So yeah, and especially in US area, we also get ascended or the ascended triangles all
Mhm.
the time. Yes. So I also look for those.
Okay. And then when you're on like say those entry time frames being like M30, M15, M5, like what are like specific candle setups that let you know it's okay to enter?
So let's say if I'm looking at M15, kind of if M15 is giving me on a golfing, in the
Mhm.
golf I usually take engulfing candles. If I'm looking for a golfing, I at least want to see if there is a break on M5 or M1.
Mhm.
If I'm like, I know M15 is giving me on a golfing, so I just need to see that break on M1 or M5. And I at least want to see like a retest on M5 usually. And when it comes and that engulfing candle,
Mhm.
and yes. So if M15 is giving me on a golfing, the M5 usually gives me a variation, a candlestick variation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the big that I notice in the market.
and to make 500 a day, um, what lot sizes are you usually like trying to use with that 1K account?
So I can go up to 0.2,
Okay.
0.02. Yeah, what I meant to 0.02 because that's access to 100. So I can that's if I'm aiming 1 to 3,
Yep.
I can easily get 600. I can get my trade per day. So I'm one trade and I'm good.
Right. Right. That's good. How are you, say, what's your routine when you might take a couple losses or let's say like a string of losses?
Yeah, so I usually stop at 1 to 3, the third one. If I'm late, I'm taking first, okay, second, okay, third one, then I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. After that, I just go back and watch maybe a video, psychology video
Mhm.
on YouTube, something. Yeah.
Nice. And speaking about that, have you been able to start reading The Way of the Turtle yet? Any?
No, today I start. You wanted me to start at chapter 3, or
No,
wanted
no,
me
I
to?
was saying like try to push yourself to get to either chapter 3 or chapter 5, just depending on how much
Yeah,
time you
yeah,
have.
because I was like, yeah, chapter 3 is like it was talking about the second million. I'm like, what?
No,
I
no,
feel like,
no, no. I was saying like you want to try to read up to chapter 3 or chapter 5. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna start it tomorrow, because I'm gonna
Yeah.
have more, yeah, more free time than I had today, because today was a little busy Monday.
No, definitely good job on the trading plan. Very detailed. I like that. Um, you know exactly your pinpoints, what you're looking for, how you
Yeah,
need to execute the plan.
yeah,
Um, and then really 500 a day, man. Like that's 1 to 3. That's great, and also the risk is still super low compared to
yeah,
how you're starting off with the starting balance. So that's really
yeah.
good. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and hop in those setups and see what you were marking up.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
But even
Was
while you're doing that, like the biggest thing I like is like you already have like that growth mindset. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like
yep.
you spoke about how like I'm not trying to go for the home runs,
Oh
like
no.
the thing I'm trying to do is really like get comfortable where I can pay my bills, and
Yep.
that's more than capable with $500 a day. You know what I mean? Like even if it's $500 every other day, you know what I'm saying? Like and that's the biggest thing as well is just understanding having that growth mindset is like it doesn't have to be all today, it doesn't have to be all this week, but the biggest
Yep.
thing is that I want to keep moving forward and keep progressing in my trading journey so that way I'm actually seeing progress, and the biggest thing is tracking your progress, tracking where you are, and even tracking when things don't go your way so that way you can dig into the details and figure out, okay, if this presents itself again, I know how I go about things in a different way, or you know what I'm saying, just put a different perspective to things, especially after taking a loss. You always want to step back and try to let those emotions that you have kind of, drift away. So that way when you come back to it, you're more logical, you're not really necessarily looking for get back or even trying to enter the market and re-expose the account. But what you're trying
Yep.
to do is actually just sophisticate yourself on moving forward. How can I actually be better if this position or this situation presents itself again?
Yeah. Yeah, I learned that the hard way because like sometimes I was over trading
Hmm.
and did a lot of revenge trading, and that was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yep. Hmm.
Oh, okay. So I will go over some of the trades that some of the setup that I've seen so far. So like I was saying earlier, like let's say it depends. Let me do replay mode. Let me just come here. So uh hold on. I want this candle here. Yep. So this. So the reason why I actually took this area for a sell, usually I was looking at market structure. So the first thing that I do when I get to the market, it's always market structure. So more this area here, as we can see over here, we have high lows, and the market breaks here. You have another high here, and you have this entire area which is becomes this high low because the market breaks here. This one breaks the market. You
Right.
have here and comes in. So this point here, so the lowest point of the market, this is the lowest point of the structure. This is my high low. This is my high low here. So this entire area, this is my high low. This is my new high.
Hmm.
And it goes pull back here. So I was expecting maybe the market will come here, and I was expecting, so if this pullback had come maybe to this area here where we have some resistance here. So I will say that I can put yeah, I can put this entire area here. You have like low support here. Yeah, with those exhaustion zone, those exhaustion candles wake here. So, but it came back here, and then you have this week here, this doji, doji candle. This for me was my signal, like this reversal candle here, this
Hmm.
doji here, and when you look at it until the 30 minute, it's actually it's a golfing.
Right.
It's yeah, it gave you an engulfing, which is a signal that hey, I'm about to I'm about to go down. So this is an entire doji. So this is an engulfing. And when you go back to the 4 hour, you see this is a level of what? Of support. So that support came here. and it's what? It's retest, it's coming retesting, retesting. So it's not closing above it. This entire move came close below it.
Mhm.
And you go to the lower time frame, I mean to the 30-minute time frame, you will see the candles coming down, closing below it, and you will see, what do you see into the candle here? You have one, two, three, four.
Mhm.
Go to the 15-minute. So the 15 minutes is more clear here. On the 15
Right.
minute, I can go here. I have this as my main. I can say this is my main support. Yeah, support candle. I mean, this is my main line that it needs to break. But at the same time, you can see you have candlestick variation. You have these variations like these candles, this entire candles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this candle here closes below this green here.
Right.
So after this close here, you go to the 15-minute. So you see it like this entire green candle. You could have taken this from after this, it closes below here, but this entire wick here is just what? It's just a variation. This entire thing is just a candlestick variation until 15. So after here, I was okay
And
for
the
the
main
sell.
thing I would say in this area to understand too is the fact
Mhm.
that it failed to make a higher high. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yes.
it made that lower high that's right there. And once it did that, and price started showing that exhaustion towards the upside with that bullish doji candle, right? So that candle within itself started showing that okay, sell with it being a lower high, and then it also showing that that candle engulfed that bullish candle, that bullish doji candle. That right there alone lets you know that okay, sellers could be getting ready to come back in control and pick up momentum,
Yeah.
especially seeing that the fact that okay, which was once support is now turned resistance, right? And I'm also price is now moving more into my exhaustion zone that was being respected. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. So then I went to the 30-minute. I always maintain my trade on the 30-minute. This was just it only shows that you have this big plunges here. So closes below this area. It's back to this area here where we had our high low.
Mm-hmm.
High low went back to retest again this area here, and then boom, went down. So it breaks here, come close it, retested this area. So this entire exhaustion zone could have also taken a sell here.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not, I don't remember if I did. I did not, not too sure. But yeah, over here, I would literally this is just 30-minute. So the 30-minute is here. First resistance, I mean support or resistance.
All right, so you don't even got to come that far. You don't even got to come that far because really you want to go. Keep going, right there. Go back,
Yeah,
some, go back some, go back some, right there. That's what
yeah,
you want to see right there. Honestly, because being that you know where you're coming from now, right? Okay, we had the momentum come in that gave us the downward push, right? Now
yeah,
we're at retest type of area, right? That's now once again support turn resistance, right? And now these are the type of plays where you want to make certain precise moves based off of areas that you have already technically put on the chart, right?
yeah,
So because we have that consolidation that's going straight across, the only thing we
yeah,
want to know is okay, when are sellers going to come back into the market? Right? So now we get that big bearish engulfing that comes and tests our support, right? Then those
yeah,
next two candles actually break that support, right?
yeah,
So now
yeah,
when the market comes back up and touches our green exhaustion zone with that doji, right? That's technically a sell signal right there, right? Because that's more like how he used to say like that last kiss, right?
yeah.
That's
That
that
is
last
yes.
kiss that you're looking for right there.
Yeah,
Even if we go down to the 15, you go down to the 15 and see too, right? So this is one of those confident entries that you would have had to have just because of the fact that you already know where you're coming from, right? And you're
yeah,
steadily seeing the resistance points, which is these lower high points, major lower high points, decrease. right? So price is decreasing as it's making these lower high points, and you're consistently seeing, okay, support turn resistance. So basically break, retest, right? Break, retest. You
Re-
know what I mean? So that's
Yes.
what you want to make sure that you're paying attention to is, okay, this came and tested my zone 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the fourth time it came up here, and this time we actually had a break of previous support. So it's
Yep.
going to be highly unlikely, price is gonna break these resistance levels, being that it tested 4 times. Especially because even with the higher lows that we're seeing, they're only minor. Like it's nothing that's major about what we're seeing as far as the bullish momentum that's in the market right now. We're seeing more resistance being held than anything, especially coming from a newer lower low that was made on our entry time frame.
Yeah. So after this, and you just maintain the trade. So 30 minute usually, usually do, usually do.
Right.
And I could have went like this. I
Yep.
think I had it set up like this here.
Nice.
Yeah. And can break here. This is the retest, and you can see here. I can even go to the 15. Yeah,
Mhm.
you have this good doji, this doji, and then you have an engulfing of the doji.
Yep.
This is clearly sell, like no need for a fib or anything.
Exactly.
And at the same time, if you wanna confirm or you wanna just need some extra information, do this.
That's nice. Yep. Nice counter trend.
Trend line, you cover here, and you break the trend line, and you have the retest of the trend line. That's another entry you can take from the 5 minute here.
That would have been a great scaling entry.
Yes, sir. Okay, so after it closes below this little red line here,
Hmm.
because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the variation, this entire variation candle. So no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, entire variation candle. You can enter here and just scale it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I did took this entry. I think I did take this because I remember this trend line. I do
Hmm.
remember. Yeah, I do remember this trend line. I do remember this trend line.
Yeah, those are
And
really good technicals.
yes, and then what? So I was on the 4 hour here. All this drop here. I looked at it from the 4 hours because um it shows more structure on the 4 hour compared to the 1 hour. I did look into the 1 hour, but I felt like the 1 hour, if you look at it from the 1 hour perspective, I feel like you can get confused on these pullbacks
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
This pullbacks to me didn't really like make sense.
Hmm.
So I had a fib here just for the 1 hour, I believe. Yeah, because it's on 1 hour. So that fib was just to me just to show. I mean, I was talking to my friend and I was trying to understand why he put a fib here. But yeah, so we had kind of the same area of entry. So it was
I would
just
have
like,
probably put the fib from the top of the double top because right there where you have it placed at is going to be like that 23.6 area. So yeah,
yeah.
boom, yeah. So that way it makes more sense. And that way it giving you that 38.2 touch. Now you have a real projection of an aggressive push, which it ended up doing. You know what I mean?
Yes. So I have a question. So do you wait until it marks on the level of the fib, or do you just wait if it touches?
I mean, if it touches, it's just pretty much like a test. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if it actually closes, then that's why I would actually say which level was respected, right? But in
Oh,
this case, 23.6 is the level that was respected, but it
expected.
tested 38.2, which was previous minor resistance if you look to the left, right?
Yes. Yes. This area here.
Right, right, right. Right. So that wake up there because it's just a minor test based on our 1 hour time frame that we're currently analyzing on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So this was support that became broken, that became resistance here. So I was just okay. Yeah, I guess the fib here makes more sense to put it from the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I
It
don't really
did it's just readjusted it for the move that's coming. So then you would have took your fib, put it at the 38.2 wick. Yep, nice. Boom. And then move your 0% up some. Nice, right there. Yep, boom. And now you got the 50% that's respected.
Yeah, 50% that's being respected, and you have one touch.
Mm-hmm.
Third, yeah, fourth touch, so 50% is really being respected, and this is the golden zone too. So
Right. So
it's
that
like,
would have been a lot of confluence along that area that would have gave you even more confidence as far as like scaling in, or if you didn't catch that first move, this would have been a great
yes,
setup for to start the trading move.
yes. And I went to the 4 hour
Hmm.
and I did what should I call it? Okay, here, yeah. So this is what I usually look for. Like this, I don't call it fake out, but I just to me they're just like a movement that don't really that take out people usually
Okay.
because
Like a
to me,
liquidity grab.
yeah, liquidity grab, those type of stuff. So to me, it was like if I wanted to take a sell here, I would want the market to break here and come and retest this
Yeah,
area
yeah,
here.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I would take the sell, but I did not take the sell here. I saw the market come and went back up, and I have my resist, I mean my support here. So this area, I went to the 1 hour. The reason why I went to the one hour because I felt like I needed more detail here. This
Okay.
area, it's too
Choppy.
yeah, too chop like it's too consolidated because I
Mhm.
need more fluctuation into the market.
Right. And just also don't forget to look at where you're coming from. You know what I mean? So if you go back to that 4 hour,
Okay.
right, you can see that all that's happening on the 4 hour time frame is 23.6, 23.6. So are you
Yeah,
seeing
26.
continuation, continuation, continuation? So once you get to
Yep.
that point and it does like that liquidity grab, right, you can
Yep.
expect some type of major retracement to at least come back between 38.2 and 88.6 retracement, right? Because you haven't had a real retracement this whole downtrend. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying? All you've been
oh,
having is continuation after continuation.
continuation after continuations. Yeah, that's all I've been having.
I feel
Yep.
like a lot of people forget that, like they'll, like you said, they'll get sometimes real caught up in the downtrend and looking for the continuation of the move. But if you haven't had a real pullback, especially on a higher time frame, being 4 hour daily, even sometimes weekly, you haven't had that real pullback. When that pullback decides to happen, oh, you're gonna see a real retracement to,
Okay.
and depending on how high the time frame is, um, it could determine how long that counter trend happens. You see, or how deep that retracement is, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you repeat that last part?
So yeah, so depending on how high the time frame is that the trend is on, the current trend,
Yeah.
determine how deep the retracement goes. Because if you haven't, say we're like for instance, we're on the 4 hour and we're seeing continuation, consolidation, continuation, consolidation, continuation, and it hasn't had that major pullback yet to give you a real lower high point. When it decides to do that, you can see that retracement pull back from anywhere from 38.2 to 88.6. That's why it's important to understand how to modify your fibs. Because when that real retracement happens, you want to make sure that it's from the top of the trend that started all the way down to where it found that major support.
You
Because if
just
not, right, because if not, then you'll end up measuring wrong, and that could throw you off far as like your workflow.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, I could have taken the fib from here. So I used it from here to here to here. They were all 23%.
Right. And
23%.
then another kind of like hack for
Hmm.
when you're seeing a trend like this is sometimes you want to go on the daily, like you want to go one time frame higher just to be able to see, okay, you see, say on the daily, that's one trend. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's a smooth downtrend, right? So those little in between areas can just confirm that when you go back to the 4 hour, oh, it's just consolidation, continuation, because even on a daily, I'm not seeing a major pullback. Like I'm not seeing a couple green candles letting me know, like, okay, this was a real pullback that happened on the 4 hour. You see what I'm saying?
Ah,
So if you need
okay.
more, always remember if you need more details, we're gonna go down. But if you need less detail and you need to see a clearer picture, that's where we're
Yeah.
gonna up just that one time frame.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So I came down to the 1 hour, came down to the 1 hour for this one because I wanted to have more details. I had my resistance here.
Hmm.
I guess my resistance level here came, broke down here, and I think I was looking for a retest this level around. I think I have it here.
So in
Here.
this
Yep.
scenario, this is it breaking that resistance right there should let you
Yep.
know, okay, now the market is about to counter trend based on a higher time frame.
Yes. Yep. So, and then I took this. Yep. Yep. I took this trade. And this one here, me and my friend, like we were talking about this. So I took this buy here. Why? Because I know this entire area, this entire area was broken. This resistance was broken. We have this. This was kind of like a risky trade. So I took my fib. I did this.
Hmm.
Yeah. And this was a 61
Okay.
area, 61 touch test. And then I was expecting a third. Was I expect? Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, yes, yes. Okay, yeah. I was expecting the market to come and retest it here. Yeah, which it did and went back up.
That's
Yeah.
nice because I'm not mad at that. You know why? Because look at what time frame we're on. We're on the 4 hour time frame.
Hour.
This is
Yes.
the real time frame with real. We just saw a real breaker structure. You see what I mean?
Yes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. That's great. That's a great way to transition within the trend that you're in. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I took this trade, this entire trade here. I was scaling in, I was scaling, and I took it here. I took
Nice.
it here. Yeah. I remember also, yeah, I took
Yeah,
it to
that's
snake.
super nice, man. That's real
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I took it to negative. That's why I said earlier, whenever I see a trade on the higher time frame coming to 61%, 61.8,
That
I
golden,
usually, yeah, I usually take it to negative 61.8.
that's nice.
Yes. And then I came here.
And it
Uh,
gave you no reason not to. Like that's a
oh,
clean push.
yeah, that's a clean, just clean trade.
Yep.
And I remember, I think Q was also on the same trade, but he
Okay.
he entered somewhere. But I took it from here because I was expecting the second touch because I know 61
And that's
1%.
and that's one of your favorite market patterns. That's more like a
Yeah,
double bottom kind of.
double.
That's
Yep,
nice, man. That's nice.
double bottom always work.
Yeah, facts.
I I love it.
You got the double bottom. You first off, you got the higher low point after the breaker structure. You got
Yep,
the double bottom that was going to happen, and then
yep,
you're going along with the moving averages at the 61.8. Like that's
yep.
that's that's good moment, bro. That's great confluence. That's a A. That's what I call an A plus setup.
In place setup. Yes, me too. And I was like, yeah, this is like this was good. And then yeah, this one I didn't really take it. I missed it, but I just draw when I was doing my analysis. I didn't really take this sell here when the market was selling, but I was waiting for the market to come down here because I have this resistance area here, this engulfing, I mean,
Mhm.
this low chubby area here. I knew the market was going to come down here, and this is what I took last week.
Okay.
Yeah, I took this here because I have this low resistance here that gets broken off of H4, bam, tested. I was expecting the market to come and retest that second point here of the trend line. If I do this, I think I did this on my fib because the second point of the trend line is usually at 61%.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
That's a good angle to have too.
Yeah. So boom. So it came 61,
Mhm.
tested. Second touch of 61. It's
Show me
also
what
happened.
that looks like on M30. Nice.
Yep. And
Super.
I did analysis. I break it down here. I think I went to the 15-minute. Yep. Break it down here to 15-minute. Entered. I think I went to the 5 either. Yep. Whew. Break it down here. I got chills, man.
That's
Break
great.
it down. You have a small double bottom here.
Mhm.
Boom. Entered here. Took this thing up.
Yeah, man.
That was one of so my first entry was here where I have this red. First entry was here, was down here for the buy. This one was kind of risky, but I knew I was this in this zone here to this blue zone, so I was looking for buys down here.
Oh,
And I have this exhaustion zone that I have here. This is not really an exhaustion zone because I'm on the entry time frame, but it
mhm.
was just a zone that this is the area that I was aiming. I know like the market is coming here, this level
The other
here.
thing about this area too as well, don't forget when you're in
Uh-huh.
areas like this, boom, slap on that counter trend line. Slap on that
Yep.
because the market made a lower high on this. So you can slap on that counter trend line. Yup, you already gray area. Yup, boom. Now it makes even more sense. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's coming. Break.
That turns it into an A plus setup. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So one, two, you entered here and you gone.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
didn't really see that kind of trend line here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a great opportunity.
Yeah. So I took that entry here. It was low risky, but yeah. And I took my second entry here.
Ice.
But I know this was he was coming to retest here. Was trend line and fib. I took
Mm-hmm. And that's that
and
AC that you always want to take advantage of.
yeah. And then you have market came. When and I was looking at my third entry, no, my fourth entry here. Yep, over here. Came here because I have my trend line here.
Mhm.
I have this I believe this is the
And that's
four.
that growth mindset. You see the flow that you're in right now? How you're
Yep,
just how you're this is that remember yesterday when we talked about that aggressiveness, a certain
yep,
level of aggressiveness that you have to have? Like that's what I'm seeing right now through the technicals. Like that's perfect, man.
yep. And I think this here I looked at it to the yeah, I think I looked at it to the 1 minute. Yep. Because you have this area that's getting broken and it's literally happening on the trend line. Like I'm literally on the trend line here. So you're literally in trend line. You have this support, I believe, to support the resistance of H4, but the trend line was my point. I
Yeah.
entered here, scaled in. So this one was not I didn't put a lot in it, but I drove this to
Negative
negative
27. Bro, that's
negative seven.
perfect, bro. That's what I expected, bro. Like this you could tell, bro, like you're very strong technically, man. Like
Yep,
so
boom.
so we got about 2 minutes left. What I
Uh,
want you to do is going into our next session, what I want is four transitional setups, right? So I want you to be able to find a buy, but wait until like how you did in that second setup, wait until it actually break structure and then show me your first sell opportunity, and then same thing vice versa. Find a downtrend and then wait for the break of structure and find the first buy opportunity. So that way we could just start training our eyes as far as looking at transitions, which you already did a great job with that second setup when you were able to take the downtrend and then wait for the break of structure and then take that first buy opportunity on the 4 hour. So it's like I want you to find three back test areas in that way. And I also want you to start the way of the turtle for me.
okay.
Yeah, that one right there. So I want you to find three examples like that where you could take advantage of things like that because all that's going to help you in real time. And not also with just pointing out setups, but also how to manage the ones that you're in and understand when you need to be exiting. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
That was a great job, bro. Like this is how you really take advantage of A plus setups, and then even
Oh,
some setups that might be C and B, you turn into A plus setups when you don't forget things like counter trend lines, right? Going
yeah.
down, diving deeper into the lower time frames to get the details, remembering to zoom out to the higher time frame to actually see, okay, is this is real that's happening on my analyzing time frame, or is this just noise, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
But great job, man. That was a great session, man. And then whenever we can get back on probably like Thursday or something like
Thursday.
that.
Yep.
Thursday's
Yeah.
fine.
That'll
Okay,
work.
so we'll
Yeah.
do Thursday same time, okay?
Yes.
All right,
All
man.
right.
Great job, man. Great job. Keep up the work.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
All right.